What the If you thought there was any other way to start this video, then either you have no idea what's just happened, or you don't know the magnitude of this situation, because South Sydney season is already over. 2025 is in the bin. Bring down the South Sydney flags and chuck up the white ones. Their best player, their captain, Cameron Murray, has ruptured his Achilles, so he is out for the entire season. And just to add a little cherry on top of that, Latrell Mitchell, their biggest game breaker, has just tore his hamstring again. Now, I could sit here and then turn this into a video for me and cry about how this is going to impact New South Wales, but the bigger story here is South Sydney, and I'm really sorry to their fan base, I'm sorry to the borough, but we can just put a line straight through them. Not even round one yet, and the South Sydney Rabbitohs will do a remarkable job to make the top 8, because no Cameron Murray, we saw what happened with that last year, and we know how important Latrell Mitchell is to this team. There is nothing more heartbreaking as a fan than when you see your best player go down. Trust me, it's been happening to me for the past 5 years or so. So if anyone can relate to South Sydney fans, it is this ranger from the Northern Beaches. But even I at least get some happiness in my season, where South Sydney fans didn't even get to round 1 before their hearts were crushed. And what's even sadder is this is another hamstring for Latrell Mitchell, which only adds to his growing injury list and the concerns around him and his body, when it was actually looking like he was in the best shape of his career. And then Cameron Murray's ruptured his Achilles, the worst injury that you can get. He is out for an entire year. He won't even be able to play for the Kangaroos at the end of 2025. So Wayne Bennett's job just got infinitely harder. And honestly, at this point, South Sydney Rabbitohs have just become a massive contender for the wooden spoon. Alex Johnson was already recovering from an Achilles, so he's not even back to the end of the season. I actually had South Sydney in my top 8. I thought they'd start the season slow and make it into finals. And even then, a lot of people had South Sydney in the top 8 or even in the top 4, which, looking at their side, plus the Wayne Bennett factor, considering what he's done with the Dolphins, you couldn't blame them for doing that. But this is actually just insane. For it to happen at the same time, for them to put out the statement together, I feel so sorry for everyone at that football club, because you've trained your ass off all November, and yes, next man up mentality, but this is what separates the Penrith Panthers from these other teams. It is a bit of luck, but also it's their conditioning, it's the physio, it's the team doctors. I don't know what magic Penrith has, because Nathan Cleary does get injured, but he's always peaking at the right time of year. And look, Latrell Mitchell can still do that, but Cameron Murray is gone for the entire season. I can't see any team, including Penrith with Cleary, winning the competition unless you have the majority of your best players fit and firing when it comes to September and October. And the worst part is we don't know whether Cameron Murray is going to come back from this. Achilles are career enders, and for it to happen so young, as Cameron Murray is probably entering his prime, we may not have even seen the best of Cameron Murray yet. The number 13 jersey for New South Wales is finally 100% his, with Jake Trbojevic and Isaiah Yeo moving to the middle of the field, and it's just a massive blow. We don't know whether Cameron Murray is going to be the same Cameron Murray we've seen for the past few years. If anyone can do it, it is a guy with the resilience like Cameron Murray. But the Latrell Mitchell one is just as concerning, because it's another hamstring injury, and if Tommy Turbo has shown us anything, the more you get him, the more likely you're going to injure them again. I guess the bright side is it's a huge opportunity for Jai Gray, and if Jai Gray can kill it, then I see Latrell Mitchell coming back into the centers. This could be the end of the Latrell Mitchell at fullback experiment. Yes, he is one of the best ball players in the comp, but if his legs can't handle it, he should just move to the centers. And Latrell Mitchell has shown that he is the best center in the world when he was at the Roosters and when he plays for New South Wales in State of Origin. As for the lock position, South Sydney Rabbitohs, there were already massive concerns around their forward pack. This just only adds to it, because their depth there is really not great. I've seen a lot of people compliment their starting pack. I feel so sorry for all their fans. I feel so sorry for anyone within that football club, because while it is funny on the surface, especially the Roosters fans who are probably doing cartwheels right now, you want to see the best players playing, and this does suck for South Sydney and selfishly for New South Wales for me. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts. Do you still see South Sydney pushing for finals in 2025, or are we just chucking them in the mix for the wooden spoon? Let me know in the comments below. Do the big 3, and I'll see you guys in the next one.